hell are you?
DJ Blighty.
So what we're going to do, guys, we're going to have a quick unboxing now. If you just have a little look, if we can get that into focus. I've gone for the Plus model, which is not that much more expensive. I think it's 145 or 150 in comparison to about 125. You do get a few extras, which I'll show you now when we open up the box. So I'll give you a quick talk through what's inside, and then try and do this one-handed. I'll give you a bit of a sort of comparison to other headphones I've had in the past, and a bit of a lowdown on these ones. As you can see, we've got the headset, nice fresh packaging. Let's have a look what we've got inside the box. Okay, in fact what I'll do is I'll take all these out of the packets now and show you in a little bit more detail. Right, guys, so I've got everything packaged out of the box now. We've got the headset, which comes with the 3-meter coiled cable attached, which I don't believe you get with the standard model. You then have the spare cable, which is 1.5 meter just straight wire cable, if you can see there, and then you get the foam replacement ear pads as well. Now, these two things here you do not get in the standard model. That's what the Plus model gives you as an extra. Actually, sorry, I'm lying. You get the coiled cable with the Plus, but you get the standard cable with the standard model. So for me, it's all down to personal preference, but the coil cable is a must. It's longer, 3 meters, and the coil means you can literally walk away from your mixer with your headphones around your neck and not have any fear of snapping wires or getting caught on anything. So happy days there. If we take a look at the unit, it's pretty similar to the original. Nice solid but very light design, very flexible. You've got the leather pads attached as standard. You've got the headband, which opens really far for ease of use, for comfort, etc. However you wear your headphones. Obviously the ear cups swivel as well on both sides. Now that's about it as far as the box is concerned. I'm going to go into a little bit of detail. Or actually, you get a carry pouch as well, sorry, with the extra, with the Plus model, sorry. It's not great, just a, you know, protection pouch or whatever. Put your name and number on there if you want to, but to be honest, are you really going to do that? Someone would probably nick them. But there we go. Obviously with the Beach you get nice solid hard case, but we're going to talk about that in a minute. So yeah, that's what's in the packet. Now let's get into the reasons why I actually purchased these headphones. So yeah, that's basically what you get in the box. Now, as I said, I went for that model for the extras. Now in the UK I've seen prices varying from 125 up to about £160. When these headphones were first on the market, when I first started DJing back about 10-12 years ago, they were about £200 plus. So what's happened is they've dropped the price basically to be competitive with all the current models that are available today. Now, the reason I went for this headphone, and it's the first time I've gone for this headphone in my whole DJ career, I've never really fancied getting a pair of these because I have used them. Other DJs have let me have a little go of theirs, and they've always felt a little bit too light and a bit flimsy for my liking, and I've always liked ear cups to cover my whole ear, so I've always been a little bit fussy with that. Like, I started with the old Sony MDR-V 700 DJs, the silver ones with the flipping ear cups. They were great headphones. They cost about £100, but they don't make them anymore, and they were very flimsy. I snapped mine. I had a good 2 or 3 pairs of those before the Beats by Dre Pros were released. I pre-ordered those when they first came out about 3 or 4 years ago. I might be a little bit wrong on the timing there. The £350 price mark was high, but there was a big hype about them being amazing. I bought them, I used them for years. I thought the sound quality was great and the build was great, but it wasn't. After a lot of use, they started to really get really loose and flimsy around the head. The only thing I did like was the fact that it covered my whole ears, but they were very heavy headphones, and they were very, very tight on your head, so they weren't comfortable for long periods of use. I wouldn't recommend them. I would certainly never buy a second pair, especially now that Monster have parted ways with Beats by Dre. But yeah, I've basically gone from there to 2 pairs of the David Guetta mixer headphones. I've had the pair I've got now for about a year or so, but if I just show you, they're not the best, to be honest with you. Let's have a little look if we can see. Yeah, so if you have a little look here, see this little rubber piece? That came out literally probably a week after I had them, and they don't want to know for things like that. I think, you know, why are you going to send it all the way back to manufacture just to literally glue a little piece on? But for a brand new headphone, not the best. I've looked after these. There's no kind of scratches or blemishes because I do look after my gear, but they're not comfortable after, again, long periods of use, and the build quality isn't great. I'm very, very careful where other DJs wouldn't be, but if you threw these around like a lot of people do, they do snap. I've seen it happen. It happened to my previous pair, and I know DJs that have gone through 2, 3, 4 pairs of these, so they're a big no-no. And my relationship with Beats by Dre is over, apart from the lovely little carry case they give you. Now onto the Sennheisers. That's what this video is about. Now, I was a little bit in an R in which headphones to actually purchase, so I looked into it. There was a few options available. The V moders are very popular, and you can customize them, all fancy colors with the plates and everything. I have used them. A DJ colleague of mine has a pair. I tried them. I didn't like the sound, and they felt very, very flimsy on my head. When I put them on, they were very loose. I didn't like the fit or the shape of the ear cup, so they were a no-no for me anyway. So it was then down to the HD25s, which are and have been industry standard for a very, very long time, and also the Pioneer, I think they're called the VDJ2000s, the Mark IIs, the new ones. They're up around the £250 mark. But what I did was, which is something I'd advise a lot of you to do actually, is ask people who actually use the products. So I put a status up on my personal Facebook page. I know a lot of DJs on there, and I literally said something along the lines of the Pioneers versus the Sennheisers, just to get people's feedback and see what they use and what, you know, they know from their experience. And lo and behold, I had about 30, even 40 comments, and every single one of them was about the Sennheisers. No one mentioned the Pioneers, so I don't know whether people aren't using them or what the score is, but for that amount of people to have positive things to say about the Sennheisers, I had to really take that on board and look into it. Some of them saying they've had them for like 10 years, never broken and everything. There's a lot of positive things with them, which I'm now starting to see. I've only had them for a few days, but listening to them, I haven't used them in the club yet. In the home environment, the sound is crispy compared to the Beats. The Beats have decent sound quality, but these are crispy sound quality, not bass heavy. Nice balance between the mid treble and bass, and yeah, the frequencies are just spot on. So I did mention about having the whole coverage. Now with these, when I put them on, if you've noticed in previous videos, I like to wear snapbacks quite a lot, and the Beats didn't really work with those hats very well. These, no problem whatsoever. I could wear them any manner or fashion, and they're going to sit tight on my ears, not so much like that they're falling, but these two positions right here, spot on. I can even, as I showed you earlier, split the headband for a little bit more grip so it holds tight to my head. Great design in that aspect, and they do not feel flimsy in the slightest, which I did think at one time they were, but these are definitely not, and they are going to last. The other thing which was a plus for me was the fact that you can buy all the bits and bobs. As I said, I went for the Plus model for the extras, the spare foam pads, which could come in handy one day. I prefer leather, but if these ripped or broke for any reason, I've got those as a backup. The spare cable, as I said, I prefer the coiled cable, which doesn't come with a standard model, but you can buy it all, and I'm sure you will be able to for a very long time. So if you ever break anything, you can replace the ear cups, headband, cables, everything is replaceable. You can also customize these, which is something I might look into at some point, but I can see now why so many people had positive things to say about these headphones. I'm going to test them out properly in the club now this weekend at my gigs, but I'm sure I've made the right decision, and I will stick with these for a very long time. Thanks for watching today's video. I've got another unboxing coming, and then I will be showing you what is about to go into this gap right here between the Technics. And then once that is complete, a little surprise there for you actually, because it's something I'm rather excited about. I will then be giving you a guided tour of the new home studio, which isn't quite finished yet, hence the angle of the camera. There's a bit of a mess in the background. It's getting there. Once this next piece is in, all the final touches are done, I'm going to give you a good tour around and show you how I get down in my home studio setup. Again, thanks for watching. I will see you on the next video. Peace.